Michael Emerson, been with the group from the beginning. It's a special day for me because it was actually my birthday, January 30th, 2008, when we started. I was president of SVO last year, and I'm really glad to see a bunch of new faces here and some old faces. Young.
Young.
I'm the old guy here. But first of all, I want to thank Anna for coming out. I've known her for years. I invited her, and she always gives us awesome information. A couple things that I want to add to that from my own personal experience is I myself, I'm service connected. And I love Palo Alto. I mean, if you can get to Palo Alto, that's my preferred place. One of the great things about Palo Alto is a lot of the doctors there are actually coming from Stanford. So they're really top-notch doctors. Like my doctor, my general practitioner or whatever, is actually from Stanford, and she volunteers or works part-time with at the Palo Alto VA. So that's one thing. Another thing to think about too is that even if you put in for, let's say you have something that you think is wrong with you, and they actually turn you down, or they don't make a decision, what's great is that the clock starts when you first apply. And if it comes up later, even years and years and years later, that you were correct, you'll get back pay from when you originally did it. So, I mean, I've heard of people getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in back payments because they finally were proven to actually be service connected. So if you think that you have anything in the way of connected that way, and I am correct, right? And I'm not, okay. So remember, you know, even if there is something that you think you're service connected, make sure you apply for it. Even if they turn you down, if it does come up in the future, you can get hundreds of thousands of dollars in back pay. So, you know, get on the clock. I also have a flyer out there. As you know, I'm also a life member of the VFW. I'm a life member of the American Legion. I'm a life member of the Disabled American Veterans, and also a life member of the Marine Corps League. I belong to Operation Mom. That's a local organization that helps veterans, families that have people serving overseas. We do packings, and some of you guys have been to the packings and helped, and then we send it off to the guys. I also belong to the Blue, Gold Star, and Silver Star families. Those are, as you know, Gold Star families are somebody that has passed away in the war. Silver Star is someone who was injured, and Blue Star is somebody that's serving. And so again, I'm connected to that organization, and they're here to support you guys too. But I wanted to emphasize basically on the VFW and the American Legion. Now, if you are a combat veteran, you can join the VFW. And the VFW is a great organization. I'm an officer at my local VFW. I'm also in the Honor Guard at the VFW. We actually opened up the clinic in Fremont a couple months ago. But you know, really, you guys should think about possibly joining up. If you are not a combat veteran, but you served during wartime, you can join the American Legion. That's really the main difference. VFW is combat, in the combat zone. American Legion is non-combat zone, but during the war. And once again, it's a great organization. And like your question about what happens if I'm overseas and I need help or whatever. Well, VFW American Legion have departments all over Europe, all over the Pacific and South America. There's expatriates and Americans that are all over, and there are posts in Paris and all that kind of stuff. So if you ever are stuck overseas and you need some help, just go to your local VFW or American Legion post. And you know, it might be a little hard to find compared to the United States, but that's another great resource for you. So, which brings me to we have an upcoming ravioli dinner that's happening at my post for the VFW, and there's a flyer on the table. If you guys want to come, it's just a charity event, but we're going to be posting colors. We're going to do a POW presentation ceremony, and then there's going to be dancing afterwards. So it's a good, you know, date night if you want to bring a date. Families are invited, etc. And it's a great way to support the VFW, and I get a great chance to actually meet some other veterans. I mean, we're talking, you know, like we have Pearl Harbor survivors. We have guys that fought, you know, land